this right now that makes sense to any of us.
Police say former NFL player Philip Adams shot and killed 70-year-old Robert Leslie, a prominent doctor, his wife Barbara, and their 2 grandkids, only 9 and 5 years old, as well as a 38-year-old man working on the property, critically injuring a second worker before taking his own life in a bedroom at his nearby parents' home. Adams' father, choked up, speaking to NBC station WCNC.
Yeah, he was a good kid, and I think the football messed him up.
Police today reading an emotional statement from the victims' families.
There are no answers that will satisfy the question why. We are sure of one thing. We do not grieve as those without hope.
Adams was a 2010 draft pick of the San Francisco 49ers, who played for 6 NFL teams. The league releasing a statement. Our hearts go out to the families and friends of the victims of this devastating tragedy. In a 2019 Valentine's tweet, Robert Leslie wrote, "Lives are unexpectedly changed or ended, and it happens suddenly. So tell that someone that you love just what you're thinking of." At this point, the Sheriff's Department says there's no indication of a doctor-patient relationship between these neighbors.
Just tell me what you know and what you can say, sir.
Well, I can say that he's a good kid. He was a good kid, and I think the football messed him up. I don't think he ever did anybody any harm. So all I can tell you, we pray for the family that he used to be my doctor a long time ago. And I know they were good folks down there. I don't know what happened, and we're gonna keep them in our prayers. And and y'all keep us in your prayers too.
Absolutely. Was he here? Is this where he?
Well, he just moved from Fort Mill.
No, I mean, was this where the police came last night?
Yeah.
And I heard that they got you guys out of the house.
Yeah, they did.
And I know it's terrible what happened, but just like you said, you raised your son, and he was a good man. Just could you ever imagine? Was he in a lot of pain, do you think?
Well, he didn't talk much, and he didn't bother nobody. That's enough, okay? Okay.
Tonight, tragedy in Texas. Police converging on the scene of another mass shooting. The gunman opening fire on multiple people. Police saying at least 1 person is dead, 4 others hospitalized. The city of Bryan, 100 miles northwest of Houston, on high alert.
Officers responded to the scene and arrived in a fairly short period of time. However, the shooter had gone by the time officers got here.
The first reports of gunfire came in just after 2:30 local time.
We have 1 shot in arm, 1 shot in back.
The call centering around a cabinet business. Police are now asking everyone to steer clear until more evidence can be gathered at the scene. And late tonight, police say that they now know 6 people have been shot, and they may have a suspect in custody, but they are not saying if he is the sole person responsible. In the meantime, ATF agents are headed to that scene to assist in the ongoing investigation.
All right, Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. This lesson is going to be entitled Former NFL Player Kills 5, okay? And I know you saw the videos that just played, in the clips and whatnot. And then we also played one that was talking to his dad at the end there. And they also had another shooting in Texas today as well. So it's a lot going on right now with all these different shootings, as well as the other shootings that we already knew about. Now, something weird about this story, they're reporting in some news reports that this doctor has treated his brother before. Like the dad said that, the man used to be his doctor a long time ago. And one news report that I seen, I don't know if it's in this video or not, but one news report I saw said that the doctor had formerly treated Philip Adams. And then I have another video over here now where they say, I don't remember if they said that he did treat him. I know there's one that says he did treat him, another one says they didn't establish any link between the two. See, they can't even get their facts together. But let's go ahead and play this video right here. And then we'll read, and I'll show you one other thing, then we'll read a few scriptures. Though here's another video that I found on it. Check this out if we can get it to play here. Let's see if
Right away, we want to get to the latest in this tragedy in Rock Hill, starting with what we've learned about the victims. A prominent physician, Dr. Robert Leslie, his wife, 69-year-old Barbara Leslie, along with their 2 grandchildren, just 5 and 9 years old. 38-year-old James Lewis of Gastonia, who was working at the home at the time of the shooting, was also shot and killed. Lewis was a father of 3.
His colleague, 38-year-old Robert Shook, the only person to survive the rampage. The father of 3 is in the hospital fighting for his life tonight. Investigators say the shooter was former NFL player Philip Adams, who took his own life following the shooting.
Our team has been following this story since it first broke yesterday evening, and we're bringing you team coverage at this hour, starting with our Brandon Goldner, who joins us live with the latest on the investigation. Brandon, even investigators are rattled by this shooting.
Well, Fred and Sarah, they're still trying to figure out the motive for this. What they did tell us is that Philip Adams had 2 weapons, a .45 caliber and 9mm handgun. Both were purchased legally. Before discussing the investigation, York County Sheriff Kevin Tolson read a statement from Dr. Robert and Barbara Leslie's 4 adult children.
While we know there are no answers that will satisfy the question why, we are sure of one thing. We do not grieve as those without hope.
Amid the grief, investigators are still trying to answer the question, why? The sheriff says right now they can't say if Dr. Leslie, who practiced emergency and occupational medicine, had previously treated Philip Adams. Adams' parents live just down the road from Dr. Leslie. Deputies say Adams forced his way into the home around 4:45 Wednesday. Investigators say he shot Dr. Leslie, his wife Barbara, and 2 of their grandchildren, 9-year-old Ada and 5-year-old Noah. Detectives say Adams also shot 2 HVAC techs from GSM Services in Gastonia. Their supervisor called 911.
I just had one call me screaming that he had been shot, and the other technician has also been shot and not responsive.
One of those techs, James Lewis, died from his gunshot wounds.
Suspect went through the woods.
As deputies swarmed the area, Adams went back to his parents' home, where the coroner says he died after shooting himself in the head. Sheriff Tolson says in the hours since, his detectives have gotten little to no sleep.
There's nothing about this right now that makes sense to any of us, and that's why we're working so hard.
The sheriff says at last check, Shook remains in the hospital battling critical injuries. Live at the Moss Justice Center, Brandon Goldner, WCNC Charlotte.
Brendan, thank you.
Yeah, it's just a weird story.
Right away, we want to...
Just a weird story altogether. Now, that news report said they can't say for sure if the doctor treated him in the past or not. Another news report said that he had not treated him in the past, and then another one said that he had treated him in the past. So they can't get it together. And even his own dad said that it was his doctor from a long time ago. Now we know that Jake don't normally just go and do shit without it being a reason for it. Now this is something odd from Twitter. One of the brothers posted this on the chat. This is earlier today, and I was just going back over reading it. Somebody said this. Black supremacists, right here, black supremacists and former NFL player Philip Adams shot and killed 5 people, including 2 children under 10, and critically injured a 6th person before killing himself. And then here it says, does the NFL have a statement regarding this sick, racist thug killing innocent whites? Now, first off, there's nobody on the whole planet that calls himself white, which you're really not white, you're red. There's not one innocent of you on the whole planet. So